So I recently posted a short about how I think that all young men should try out a job in sales, and the only comments I got on it were kind of negative, so I just wanted to take a second to clarify what I meant. In fairness to anyone who misunderstood, I didn't fully flesh out my idea, so what I meant was very simply just that I believe every young person who aspires to start a business should try out a sales job because business is very much sales. And especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to have to deal with marketing and tech support and customer service and branding and sales, right? So the reason I singled out young men in particular, though, is because there are a lot of people on the internet, in especially these like red pill self help guru type people, who are telling like every young man that they need to start a business and get filthy rich. And that short video of mine, was mainly geared toward them. It was mainly geared toward those young men who feel like they have to start a business because there's an undeniable pressure on those young men, and I wanted to speak to that. Sort of. Obviously, I didn't really address that pressure, but what I tried to address was simply, if you feel like you might at least have more than a passing interest in starting a business, get a job in sales, because business has a lot of sales involved in it, right? And so if when you get this job in sales, you determine that you don't like sales, well, now you have at least some idea about whether or not you ought to start a business. I mean, if you still really want to start a business after that, now you know, okay, I should offload that work onto somebody else. Or if now you're soured on the idea of starting a business, just choose a different career path, right? I'm not trying to push everybody into getting a job in sales. I'm not trying to push everybody to start a business. I was certainly not trying to advocate for every single person to get a job in sales. I don't believe that that's a good idea. It's just terrible for society in general. But I think anybody who aspires to starting a business, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just men, right? No matter who you are, if you want to start a business, get a job in sales just to see if you like it, right? And I'm also not saying you have to stay there. If you enjoy sales, but you have an interest in starting your own business, you want to be an entrepreneur, go for that. Do that, right? Don't be a career salesperson. And if you have this job in sales and it turns out that you really don't like sales, also don't be a career salesperson, all right? So that is my basic point. Fairly straightforward and simple. In fairness, I didn't have the time nor the wherewithal on that short to fully flesh out that point, so I do understand why it was a little bit misinterpreted, but I do think that I have a duty to clarify. So that's what I meant. I'm not saying every single young man should get a job in sales. My message was to every single young man simply because of the fact that I feel like pretty much every guy now is being told that they should start their own business, be an entrepreneur, make their own way, be financially independent, etc., etc. And I just wanted to address that and say, if you think you want to start a business, try out sales to see if it's for you, because starting a business isn't going to be for everybody. So that's all I was saying, and hopefully that clears up the misinterpretation of what I said in my YouTube short. Thank you.